All right. So let's start this off. First of all, well, before we get into the good news, just talking about some events and stuff that's going on. For those of you that are in Atlanta, Georgia, Metro Atlanta, whatever. Basically, what we're doing is we're having a Christmas celebration here. That's going to be today, right around what is it? I think it's 6:30, something like that. So if you could jump on Agent Builders, I mean, the information is there. We got food, we got drinks, we got party, we got all kind of stuff. So just kind of letting y'all know that, that's available for everybody that's in the Metro Atlanta area. And then the other thing is a couple of events that are coming up here for the new year. For you all that have not ever been to Cabo, Brent Gove is doing an event in Cabo, and he does it like every single year. Just make sure that you, if you can make it, go ahead and get the tickets to come out there. Really good event in and of itself. A couple other things that we're working on. We're working on some like monthly events locally as far as within the group, and then at the same time within the organization in and of itself. If you're not familiar with some of the stuff that's happening on a weekly basis, you should be getting an email for all of the trainings that are going on, specifically with the Honey Badgers group. And with regarding the Honey Badgers group, we got our production call that's done every Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern. And then also our lead generation with Braden, which is on Friday at 12 o'clock, which is all about building out funnels and things of that nature. Mona does a class on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock Eastern, and that is strictly just about KV Core. And if you want to know more about how to build like agent attraction, they do that Tuesday as well. Basically, they work on funnels within the Rapid Funnels app and talk about stuff like that. But if you're not getting those trainings, you want to definitely, just let us know. If you're not getting the emails or text messages, let us know regarding that as well. But all righty. Let's start off with some rock stars out here, man, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this meeting. Who got some good news they want to share with the group?
Hi, I'll share good news. I had my first closing yesterday, and I've got another client pre-approved for $375,000, and she found a property she likes today. So I'm going to go show her that property.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Awesome, Nicole.
Thank you.
So you just became an owner today too. You sold a house and got some commission, and you just became an owner. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, that was a lot.
Hey, in the words of a guy by the name of Ty, it only hurts until closing. All right, that's cool, man. So who else got some good news they want to share with the group here? Got some good things.
James, this is Marcus. How you doing?
What's up, Marcus?
Hey, man, you remember when I first started EXP, I had that client for $650,000.
Uh-huh.
They go ahead and rent for a year. So I'm back on with them right now. I'm doing them houses so we can get work.
Yeah, you sound like a robot a little bit, Marcus. But it's
I'm sorry, I'm on my cell phone.
Okay, all right, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so that client that I had for $650,000, they decided to go ahead and rent for a year, but they just called me like 3 days ago and said they can't do this renting stuff, so we're back on searching for homes now.
Love it, man. Stay in relationship with them. I mean, that's good.
Yes, sir.
They're ready to move, man. Just find the right deal for them and then get them locked in. That's all it takes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it. Love it, man. All right. Anybody else got some good news they want to share?
Well, James, blessingly, man, we got 2 under contract. One is going to close next week, and preferably the other one's going to close the top of January. So, we can't get them to sell, we can get them to buy.
That's it. That's it, man. Love it. Love it. 2 under contract. Love it. One closing next week. All right. Anybody else got some good news they want to share with the group?
My good news is for Dee Dobbs. She's in my, well, I sponsored her and I'm her mentor. And she had her first closing yesterday. So she's super excited. And then she has 2 other closings this month that are scheduled. So she'll be out of the mentor program by the end of the month. And
That is
I'm
awesome.
really happy for her. I don't know if she's getting on this call or not, but she has quit her job already. So she's like super excited.
Burn the boats. That's what I'm talking about. Get you some closings and burn the boats. Hey, it's something to be said about when you're back against the wall and you ain't got nothing better to do but to sell. So, like, congratulations, you, Sharon, for bringing her on board and being her mentor, but then also for her actually doing the work and closing.
Yeah.
Love it.
That just goes to show you, right? I mean, people are saying the market's down, we're in a recession. Here's a brand new agent just getting into real estate and already had her first closing, and so got a couple under contract. That's just goes to show you, you just got to put the time and effort in, and things will fall in place.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's, I think about to go into contract, another contract. So she's really kicking it.
Hey, I'll hop in here real quick. So I'd be remiss if I didn't want to put a magnifying glass on what Sharon's done. So Sharon's going to get mentor money of 10% of the deal. She's going to get revenue share on the deal. She's going to pick up stock from sponsoring agent that had her first closing, right? So
Yeah.
Holy cow. I mean, I know we have a cap and this, that, and the other, but all that, if you're looking at a business, not us selling just houses, Sharon looking at that as a business, she just has 3 pillars of income from one closing that she did not do. Now she helped the agent on that, but holy cow, how many times have I done that prior to EXP, right? I'd helped an agent a little bit on a deal and I didn't get any revenue share. I didn't get 10% of the deal and I didn't get any stock. So what an amazing part of that model. And I'm super excited for Dee and also super excited for Sharon to be able to tap into that part of the model. So just what a blessing, what an opportunity. And where else could you have stock, revenue share, and mentorship? And on top of that, doing a great job helping Dee. And so now Dee's able to quit her job and changing her life. So it just falls right in line with what we're trying to do here at this company, is change lives and help people be in a better place with a better opportunity and for them to thrive and for us to thrive. So I'm super excited for both of you guys, Sharon.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how much the stock or the profit or the revenue share is, but I know just the mentor part was, I just made over $900 yesterday I was just sitting in my office and she's called me and said, hey, I got a check for you, 900 and whatever dollars, I'll stick it in the mail. So,
well, you'll get
nice.
Another 300-ish on that for revenue on just that deal next month, just to show up in your bank account.
Yeah, and a $400 stock award as well, because she sold her first house.
Yeah, so just that one deal, we're probably talking about 900, 300-ish, 400-ish in stock. Oh my God. So when that happened to me, I thought, hey, you know what? I ought to go do that again.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what? I ought to go do that again. So
Yeah,
be careful. It's a little addictive, right, James?
It really is.
I've been asked the question in direct message, how hard was it to get in the mentor program? And I think I'll just, I guess answer it verbally, because other people may have the same question. It's pretty simple. You just go through the training in, I forget what you call the training platform that we use. Does anybody know? Anyway, it's just an online training you go through.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to do it. I mean, just do the online training and you become a mentor and you can help other agents when they're just joining the company and they're brand new. So.
Yeah, I think you have to have 8 deals. And also just to take it one step further. So Dee reached out to me a while back and she was saying, well, she's right now, she's paying 20% of that mentor program, right? I said, hey, but the cool thing is once you get out and knock out a few of your own closings, then you can be a mentor, and then you'll recoup that mentee money that you're having to pay at EXP for being in the mentor program. And then you can, 2X, 5X, 10X that opportunity for yourself. So don't look at it like you're really just giving up that money, right? You are giving up that money right now, but we also have a way for you to be able to recoup that if you work the model and the system.
I would need some help with that. Hi, everyone, by the way. I am fairly new, and I would love to have a mentor. Like, honestly, like I did all the trainings, all of that online, but like I'm still super lost. Like I joined about 3 weeks ago or so. I already had like a bit of knowledge on the field, but like I just recently got graduated, so I'm like super new, and I'm still kind of lost. I really don't know where to get my stuff started, and I don't want this to be like a side hustle. I want it to be my full time. Like I want to be an actual expert at this. Do you guys have any advice? Like, where do I go from here?
Yeah, definitely, reach out, one to like your sponsor first, but then also like Fast Start. That's, you want to go ahead and take that class and go through that whole process for Fast Start. Once you do that, a lot of those questions should be answered as far as like, what to do. And then really it's just a matter of just kind of getting plugged into Agent Builders, which is our Facebook group, Honey Badgers, which is our Facebook group, and then being able to just kind of like follow some of the stuff that's going on there. But you can reach out to me directly, and then, I'll be happy to help you, or you can reach out to Dan or Andre.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Well, since we're talking about mentors or mentees, I have one of my mentees. I just submitted her application for graduation from the program. So I'm excited about that. And I have another one that he has one more transaction to do, and he will graduate from the program.
Love it. Look at pushing people along the way, helping them to sell more real estate through being a mentor. I mean, this couldn't have been a better topic or, conversation right now that's happening right now. So keep it up, everybody that got their mentees, and let's continue to grow and build. So, all righty. Well, I am super excited, honestly, about our speaker for today, that we're going to be kind of talking and sharing information. I mean, she's been in, commercial real estate for over 10 years now. She's been able to build a nice brand for herself. But more importantly, what I like about her the most is that she's been able to help others. She's always answering questions. She do Q&A like once a month for people that want to get into commercial real estate, and just all around giving in and of itself. So what's going on, Danesha? How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing great. So so just like everybody know, like Danesha, the way she operates, she operates basically on a Q&A basis. So anybody that has commercial questions, you can go ahead and put it in the chat, or you can actually jump off and or just ask the question in and of itself. But I'm gonna kind of start everything off a little bit. Danesha, can you tell us a little bit about like who you are, what you've been able to do, and what how you got into real estate in and of itself?
So I'm Danesha. I'm from San Diego. I'm here in Atlanta now, and I started real estate because I was like working like waitress jobs, and I was thinking like, well, this isn't really gonna get me anywhere, and so I just was like, let me just try real estate, and I tried it, and it was hard, and I quit a couple times, but I came back, and I started in commercial, but then I did residential because obviously those deals just come like seems easier. And but then I never really like loved residential because I'm not an emotional person. I'm more of a logical person, and residential just has too many emotions for me. So I transitioned back into commercial, and I've been able to be very successful in the commercial realm with me and my team. We've really just like figured out a system that works in order to get, because I know a lot of people feel like they can't get into commercial real estate because other commercial agents like try to keep people out. But we've created a system where they don't keep us out, pretty much. Like they love us, and so we're able to get deals done consistently on the commercial real estate side. So yeah, and I like it. I really love it. It does offer like more of work-life balance, because you got the Monday through Friday 9 to 5 for the most part. My phone does not ring crazy because these are business owners, so they're busy. So most of the time we're just spending our time doing the research, finding the properties, making sure everything works for our client, and then sending them to the client and seeing them. So I really do love commercial real estate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's actually something that, I have another friend of mine that, he does commercial as well. And, that's one of the things that he like about it as well, is that, basically, you got regular business hours when it comes to actually doing business in of itself. And, normally with commercial real estate, it's just strictly just about the numbers.
It's
Um,
all
so getting that stuff done. So, like I know how do you got into commercial real estate in of itself, and you said being successful, right? So what are some of the things that you've done in order to be successful? Because there's a lot of people that want to be in commercial, but they don't know how to make that jump.
So I did completely stop residential. Like I'd had no more residential clients before I got into commercial. And the reason is because if you know, I'm sure you guys know, residential, the clients are always pulling at you. And with commercial, they're not. So what happens is you will kind of forget about your commercial clients, and then you lose the deal. So I completely stopped residential, and then I started just creating things. So I have like questionnaires, I have a checklist of what they need to do in order for me to feel comfortable with working with them moving forward. Because in commercial, so a lot of people think commercial sales, and sales are a good part. I mean, they're cool, but leasing is the bread and butter of commercial real estate. So you can lease let's say you have a 20,000 square foot warehouse, and it's a corporate company who wants to lease it. So you would get and let's say that the lease is 25,000. So you'll get 25,000 on like say a 10 or 20-year lease. You get 4% of that plus 1 month's rent. So you make a lot of money, and the people who make the most money in commercial real estate actually are they do leasing. So so how I do it for leasing, I have a checklist for my documents. They have to go through, I do a discovery call to make sure I can assist them. Then I do a consultation with a questionnaire. And then I require documents. So a bank statement, 3 to 12 months bank statement, 3 years tax returns, 3 years profit and loss statement. They need to have their articles of incorporation. They definitely need to have a business plan. If they have projections or a pitch deck, that's even better. But those things that I just initially named are the first. So I don't even work with people until they provide those documents, because a lot of the time they won't even allow you to view the space unless you have those documents.
Yeah, so it sounds like you got pretty much a standard and a plan whenever in order to work with the client. The same way, if somebody was working with a buyer in residential or a seller, within residential, like, you got to have standards, for you to work with that person. And it sounds like you've already got that laid out.
Yes. And I have like an email template that I created in order to sell my client to the agent. So that helps as well. What we say in that email, it like piques their interest. So they go ahead and they like, they want to know more about our client and they are willing to work with us. And then for listings, I like to do where like you can drive around, find listings that you really like or buildings that you like, that you have your eye on, do the research on them, and then reach out to the owner. And with the listing side in commercial real estate, there's multiple ways to make money. So you can be a listing agent just for sale, but you can be a listing agent for a landlord for lease. And say this landlord's occupancy is only at 59% and your goal is to get it to 98%. Now you have multiple transactions with this one landlord. And then say that the landlord doesn't want to manage the property. Now you can help him manage and get percentage off of that. So there's multiple ways to make money in commercial real estate, as well as the different asset classes. There's 8 asset classes. You can represent tenants, buyers, landlords, or sellers, versus residential. There's just buying, selling, and leasing, and you either represent the buyer or represent the seller or represent the tenant. So yeah, there's good, a lot of options in commercial real estate. But what I would say is find out like what resonates with you and learn everything there is to learn about that. And not to say like don't take other deals that are not retail or warehouse if that's your specialty, but learn everything you need to know about retail or industrial or warehouse or whatever your asset class will be, and become the expert in that, and then you'll dominate.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like prospecting, right? Like what's some of the things that you're doing? I know you mentioned about like finding out the builders and stuff like that, but like what are some of the things that you've done prospecting wise in order to find a clientele and actually you'll be successful?
So for prospecting, what do you mean? Like how do I like driving around versus?
What do you do to get your clients?
So social media is like my number one. That's where the majority of my business comes from, is social media, Instagram. But outside of Instagram, if I'm doing my own thing, like I said, driving around, dealing with clients. So when you get a client, say you get someone who's looking to buy or lease, now you have a guideline of who you can call. So now you can start calling these owners. And when you tell them, listen, I have a client who needs XYZ, are you looking to sell or lease? And they say yes or no. So if they say yes, boom, you have a match. But if they say no, then you can ask them like, well, hey, are you looking for anything in particular? And because they know that you're actually working, then they trust you. And now you have multiple clients who have these criteria. Now you can go around searching for properties that match that and talking to owners, but you're not just talking to the owner to list it. You're bringing some type of something to the table for them. Do you understand?
Yeah. So basically, you're coming with value, right?
Yes.
After you come, you're bringing value right to them right away. Anybody that has any questions for Danesha, just go ahead and put it in the chat, or you can just take yourself off mute and just ask them in of itself. One of the things that I know from having done commercial deals myself is like your commission is negotiable. So it's no set fee, and especially if you're talking about leases and things of that nature. What are some of the things that that you found different in that negotiation of your commission versus where residential you pretty much just kind of see the co-op there, and you either take it or deal with your client?
I mean, It's the same. I mean, you can negotiate. Everything is negotiable. Even in residential, you can negotiate your commission. What happens is that people just go ahead and see something and they go with that. But you don't have to take 2.5%. You can ask for 3%, or you can take your buyer somewhere else and they'd be like, oh, okay, well, here you go. Here goes your 3%, right? So everything is negotiable. And we always ask for the lease 1%, 1 month's rent plus 4% of the aggregate of the lease. Now, sometimes they may say, no, we'll just give 4% or whatever. And then for leasing, also remember, you get half up front, but it really doesn't come until 30 days or 60 days or whatever, whenever their accounts payable sends the check. And then you get the other half 30 days after they pay their first month's rent. So if you get your client 5 months free rent, you'll get half up front, and then you won't get the other half until about 6 months. What do you recommend for training? EXP has a really good training commercial. It's a 2-week commercial training program. That's good. So I would definitely get into that because it's free. But if you want to do paid training, there's CCIM. There is CCIM is about 20,000, and you don't have to pay the whole 20,000. I think each class is like 1,800. So you could just do classes. There is REAP, REAP. There's AAREP. There's CREW, and that's commercial real estate women. So there's different types of organizations that you can get into that offer training, and they do all cost. The Georgia MLS actually has like some free training, or I think it's $25 or something per class. You could kind of try that. That's self-paced. I don't know how much that will help you, but you could try it.
Love it.
And then for commission for sales, like from 1 to 3 million, then the commission is 4 to 6%. For 3 to 7 million, the commission is 3 to 4%, but could be lower. And then 7 million plus, the commission is like 2 to 3%.
Yeah. I got a point. So regarding with commercial, like you got different aspects of it. Do you recommend just kind of homing in on one of them, so like you're talking about, like say leasing, just being really good with leasing when it comes to commercial, or
Yes.
or finding like your lane and just sticking that way, or you kind of bounce on place?
Specialize. But if something else comes to you, I wouldn't say like get rid of it, work it too, but specialize in something, be known for something.
Love it.
Okay, so you could find me on Instagram at Ritzberg Realty _. And if you are in residential, but you don't want to do any commercial deals and you just rather refer them, you can refer them to me. I pay a 25% referral fee, and then I send them back to you on the residential side. What requirements would a new business need to lease a space? So each deal is different. Somebody asked, what requirements would a new business need to lease a space? Each deal is different because it's going to depend on the landlord, but you should at least have the documentation that I said originally, which was the articles of incorporation, 3 years tax returns, and that's personal. So it could be, if they're a new business, they're going to have personal. 3 to 12 months bank statements, and the bank statements need to have, they need to show money for build out and at least 6 months rent in that bank account. A business plan, a marketing plan, projections, a pitch deck are pretty much what you'll need. But for sure, tax returns, the articles, and the business plan and bank statements.
Cool. Anybody, like I said, if you got any questions for Danesha, just go ahead and either put in the chat or just take yourself off mute and just ask the question. So
If you get somebody that's starting a new business and they don't have some of those things like the business plan or the marketing plan, do you have resources for them to tell them where to go to get one?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do have resources, and yes, I do offer mentoring.
Okay.
So let me put in the chat how you guys can follow me on Instagram, or you can join my Facebook group. The Facebook group is called Commercial Real Estate Alliance.
Hey, Ty, you said you look like you had your hand up. You're gonna ask a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the one that go ahead and reveal my ignorance. What is a pitch deck? Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yeah, so a pitch deck is, okay, I'm direct messaging somebody. I'm sorry, you guys. So a pitch deck is basically so there's the business plan, which is really in depth, right? But the pitch deck is more of like it's more of like showing like your vision, what your vision is, the layout that you want the space to be, the colors, how you plan to market to your customers, how much will you charge for everything, what will be the vibe, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That was about to drive me crazy.
All right. I'm sorry.
Now, a lot of people had that, was wondering that, Ty. So, I mean, that's good you asked that question. So. All of this is, new. If you haven't done commercial, you don't understand, it's different language, right? So, if she's saying something or, that y'all don't quite understand what it is, definitely ask, because I guarantee somebody else want to know the same thing. So. So just kind of, Danesha, what kind of got you into the teaching aspect of things? Because obviously, you're being able to sell and do commercial on your own. What made you go into teaching others?
I'm sorry, I just got back on. I don't know what happened. It just went away and then brought me back in.
Okay.
So yeah. What did you say?
Yeah, I was asking what got you into the teaching aspect of things, because obviously you were, pretty good being able to, sell by yourself, do your own deals. What made you want to teach others?
So I was with Keller Williams, and I left Keller Williams and started my own brokerage. And the reason why I left Keller Williams and started my own brokerage was because I would meet people who had been licensed for like a year or 2 years. They didn't even know how to run comps. And so for me, I felt like my goal was always no agent left behind. I always wanted to, that is just in me, to just teach people and help people. And I would just want people to do better. So people just gravitate towards me in regards to that. And I just help them. And that's just been forever. So it's nothing in particular that made me be that way. I just like to help others grow.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges within the people that you are talking to with making that transition into being able to, sell commercial real estate?
I think that most people don't want to let residential go. And so they say they want to do commercial, but then they are still having their residential clients. And like I said, the residential clients are just going to be in your face all the time. So you just can't really, unless you really, really are disciplined and you create a schedule that literally is for commercial to service your clients, you're just not going to be able to service your commercial clients to the extent they need. Because when someone is looking for so when someone is looking for a commercial space, we have to sit there and we have to actually do the research. We can't set them up on an automatic email for the properties, right? So we literally have to go in every single day, look at their criteria and find the space that matches their criteria.
Gotcha.
Do you understand? Yeah. So it's just, if you don't carve out that time for commercial real estate and you're still in residential real estate, it's going to be tough for you to balance the two.
Yeah. If you got systems in place where, you have I know KV Core, you can set a lot of automation up. in that automation. If something comes in, they'll start communicating as if it was you and things of that nature. You know, it's just really just systemizing it, you know, to be able to, you know, deal with the residential, but at the same time, being able to actually do the commercial as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think most people don't use their systems though. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Yep. That's definitely the problem. So, let's see here. Anybody else got some questions for Danesha while we have her here regarding the commercial?
I do. Firstly, I'd like to say hi. I'm Nicole, and thank you so much for doing this Zoom, because just Thursday I did intro to commercial. So with you coming on, I really appreciate all the insight, because I really do want to know about commercial, because I'm doing residential, but I'm more or less, I think I'm going to lean towards commercial. So the information that you put inside the chat is, in order to contact you, is through your egg? Or is there another way to contact?
IG, Instagram. Sorry, you want to call me?
I mean,
Would
I
you
don't
rather
know.
call me?
What is it that you're offering? Are you with EXP? How does that work?
Yes, I'm with EXP.
Okay, because I know they have like a training or something that they said in the intro to commercial. It was a metaverse. You know, you had to build an avatar, but it was different. But it was really, really nice. So that caught my interest. And then when James sent out the big mask, like he always does, with you doing the Zoom today, I said, oh, that's even perfect, because then I could hear a little bit more in addition to what I heard on Thursday. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes,
So,
I get it.
if I could contact you, that would be great. And again, thank you so much, but I am driving, so I got to kind of look at the road too. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I get it. So I'm gonna put in the chat my number, and let's see. You can call me.
Okay. Thank you.
But
so
yeah,
much.
Instagram and Facebook is what I put on there. But you can call me if you need to call me.
I do need to call you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're expanding some of your training as well. I mean, I know I've jumped on once, and I think you had Levi and Morris at the same time. Like, you know, you all are doing some stuff together as well, right?
Yes. But which training are you talking about?
I know
Like the Q&A?
Yeah, the Q&A. Yeah.
So I have a Q&A actually today at 2, if anybody wants to get on. Hold on, let me add that link. And that I go more into depth as far as what it is that I offer. I don't know if that's really what we're talking about on here. So you can get on the Q&A if you want. Hold on.
Got done.
And I'm going to put the link in the chat as well for the Q&A. Does anybody else have any questions while I'm doing this?
If you have any more other questions, you can put it in the chat, or you can just take yourself off mute and get on here and ask.
Yeah, I got another question, James, and trying to figure out something. So I got occasional clients that are looking for bars and restaurants, and you know, that's not really my lane. So how does one work with you and your team to get that done for the clients?
So do you want to refer it, or you want to be along with the transaction?
Actually, for the purposes of obtaining income and learning, I would like to be along the transaction.
Okay,
but
so
if you
yeah, so
find
I
that
have
it's
a
easier for
program
me
for
to
that.
get out the way, I get out the way
Yes.
and just watch.
It's easier.
Okay.
But, you know. But you know, if you want to be a part of it, I don't have a problem. But yes, of course, it's going to be easy for me. It's easier to work on my own, but you know, we can figure it out. And I have where we can work on the deal together, and we can talk about like what the fees are and the split and all of that. And you have my number. You guys have my Instagram, my my Facebook. I'm always on Instagram, so you probably get me there first if you want me to respond. I'll respond there the quickest. As an independent commercial broker, which one of the biggest benefits you feel commercial agents get by partnering with EXP? Okay, so right. So I told you guys I started a brokerage. I had my brokerage for 6 years. I recently partnered with EXP. And the reason is because the biggest reason for me obviously was like the different income streams, right? But then the other part is that like paying for all the commercial systems on your own, that will run you like $5,000 a month. With EXP, you get access to the majority of the systems, and the fee is like what, $250 a month on commercial side. So like, boom, right there. On top of that, I'm able to have access to all of this other commercial training that it would help me help other people more, because they can go to that commercial training and then they can go ahead and partner with me and learn like in depth.
Love it. Great question. Anybody else have a question for Danesha, commercial related?
Yeah, James. I have one, Danesha, which is I have a customer, for example, that only wants to deal with off-record or pocket listings, and he's talking about big properties, you know, like multiple doors, apartment buildings. How do you deal with that differently than somebody that is ready to, you know, use listings on the system, on the MLS?
So do I deal with that differently as far as like taking them on as a client?
Right. And well, and just in general, like how do you handle them?
I handle them the exact same way. They have to I'm not gonna waste my time, so I got to make sure they qualify. So as long as they qualify, then I can do, like I said, right around, see if there's any properties that I feel like would match their criteria, or get on CoStar, Reonomy, Crexy, and just start doing the research to find properties that are not on the market that match their criteria.
Okay. Do you have a format that you use to lock them in? Because that's the only problem I have with commercial. Sometimes there's a trust factor, you know.
What's the question?
Do you have sorry?
Yeah, he was asking, just kind of chime in there. He wants to know if there's some kind of form that you use to lock them in so that they work with you, because there's a trust factor.
Oh yeah, the buyer tenant agreement. And so on commercial, we have different forms than you have on residential. Right. So there's the buyer tenant agreement. I don't know if residential has a same type of agreement for commercial, but I'm sure they do. So yes, I literally do everything the exact same way as I would when it came to working with somebody who wanted to do on market listings. Honestly, people who want to do off market listings, I'm probably a little bit more skeptical of them, because they probably will move around behind your back.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
And I'm in Canada on top of that, in Montreal. So our rules are different, and the setup is different.
Right. Yeah. So I would definitely lock them in with something. I charge a retainer fee, so you guys could charge a retainer fee. Mm-hmm. along with the documentation. So
that's an idea. Okay. Great. Thank you, Danesha.
And non-refundable. The retainer fee is not refundable.
Typically, what would you use?
$500 for leasing and $1,000 for purchasing.
Okay.
And that number is also negotiable. You can go up on that. I mean, even on the residential side, you know, you got a buyer, you can charge a retainer fee for them, or even a seller retainer fee. We've done that before, and they've been as high as $500 to $1,000, $1,500 for a retainer fee. So
yeah.
Question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else got something they want to ask Danesha while we have her commercial related?
Yeah, I got a quick question. Hey,
Okay.
Danesha, so elaborate on what, and I'm kind of playing around a little bit here, but kind of read between the lines. Why on earth would you move your brokerage to eXp Realty?
Well, like I said, so I started doing the Q&As like just to help people, not even realizing that I was getting a lot of people like gravitating towards me, and they actually wanted to like come to the brokerage. Well, as a small brokerage, I couldn't bring them on with me. And so with EXP, I could bring them on. I have the support in the background to keep them going. I have the training, and then also I could work with people everywhere, because with me being on social media, I meet people like across the country. So now I can partner with people everywhere and help them.
Yeah, that's an awesome answer. And then do you think that the commercial opportunity EXP is as big as I do? I mean, if EXP is a 10-story building and we're on the second or third story right now for residential, I'm still thinking we're pretty much selling the first story for the opportunity at commercial. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's still really new, but for me coming from having a brokerage to this, it's less stress for me. So it helps. And then anything that they don't offer, I was already paying for everything anyway. So I'll just pay for that, but I don't have to pay for as much because they offer it.
And you're not liable. That's the big thing.
That's the biggest part. Yes.
You can sleep a little bit better at night, or not worry about
Exactly.
that lawsuit. Because look,
Exactly.
I've been a broker owner, and if you're licensed long enough as a broker owner, you will be sued more than likely.
Exactly.
And now we don't. If that happens, it's an EXP thing, not so much I mean, maybe our license, but it's EXP has the liability on that. All right. Well, thank you for your time and your answers. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Any other questions for Danesha, commercial related? All right, and just FYI, like, with anything, if you're looking to do commercial and you got, residential that you're currently doing, just get with one of us, and we can help you with that whole, automation part of it, systems and stuff like that. Because I'm not a big fan of walking away from money. So, unless you got a lot saved away, it's going to be hard to kind of do something like that.
You don't have to walk away. You can just refer your residential deals out to focus on commercial.
There you go. There you go. So if you want to make that switch to something like that, I mean, that is an option. You can refer that out, get a referral fee, and we make the switch that way. So what are some of the things, like let's say if I'm an agent and I want to make that switch to commercial, and I'm willing to do what you just said with the referral part of it. What are some of the main things that would you say I need to start with in order to get my business up and going?
I think starting with the training first, so the 2-week course at EXP, I would start there. You're going to have to switch to commercial real estate, because commercial has totally different systems than residential. The properties that are in Georgia MLS and FMLS, like that's like nothing. So you definitely are going to have to like switch to the commercial side. And I mean, just come up with a plan, a business plan, a marketing plan. And then obviously you can reach out to me and I can assist you like one-on-one. Cause I feel like that's a question. You asked it as a general question, but I feel like that's a per person answer. So it just kind of depends on you and what your goals are.
Cool. All righty here. We got a few minutes left. Anybody else has any questions for Danesha?
Sure, I have a question. So you had mentioned that you can't really do a search with commercial like with MLS, but can't you do it with LoopNet? Like put some kind of search where I don't know if they email the client, but they email you. You do that?
Yeah, but LoopNet LoopNet is part of CoStar. CoStar is where the listings really are. LoopNet is if they wanted to pay to boost their listings. Most commercial brokers are not paying to boost their listings. So
Oh.
but you're not getting access to enough
Okay.
to really get you anywhere.
So you can't do that with CoStar. You can only
No.
do that with LoopNet, and you're missing out on a lot of property.
You can set yourself up on a search, but you still, even if you set yourself on a search. So in residential, there's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, house, ranch, whatever, in whatever area. Well, it's not like that in commercial. So even if you set yourself up on a search, you still have to actually go in there, do the research to see if it matches and it allows their use. And then you have to reach out to the agent to see if they will allow their use and if they're even willing to work with this type of client prior to ever sending anything to your client. Yeah. Commercial is kind of like old school still, I guess. So hopefully one day they'll come up with something that like, and this is like not EXP, this is just like across the board. So hopefully one day they'll come up with something. There's Crexy. You can set people up on an automatic search on Crexy, but Crexy is like Zillow. 90% of those properties are not even available.
Yeah. Good information. Great question, Sharon. All right. Anybody else jump in here?
I have a question.
Yes.
So if you come brand spanking new into commercial, what are some of the ways that you would get your clients?
The same ways you get your clients in residential. You, like I said, you could drive around to get like listings. You can do social media is really good. Obviously, your sphere of influence. If you're in Atlanta, like pretty much everybody got a business in Atlanta. So you send out a message saying that you're commercial real estate. Is anyone looking for a space? I'm sure a whole bunch of people will respond. Facebook, you can run ads. Like there's the same thing you would do in residential, you would do in commercial. But just know, like with everything, you got to be patient. So you can't just do it one time and then nobody responds and then you give up. You got to keep going. You got to be consistent. You have to have discipline. You have to have a schedule. And eventually, if you continuously do the right things, it'll all work out for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, I would go back to what she was talking about before about finding a niche as well. Just kind of knowing, I mean, you know, because your message got to be kind of clear. Like Ty was saying, you know, he's getting people that are, you know, looking for businesses and or selling their business. You know, somebody's looking for rental space and somebody's looking to buy apartment buildings and stuff like that. So just kind of knowing where you want to be at and then actually, you know, creating a avatar of that client and then reaching out to them.
Exactly.
You know, I think signs really help too, because well, and I'll start off by saying name tag, because one time I was getting gas and it was cheaper to pay inside. So with cash. So I walked in and I had my name tag on, and one of the owners happened to be there and, you know, checking me out. And he said, oh, you're a real estate. Can you sell my place? Not sell, but he had some empty space on each side of the gas station that he wanted to lease out. So he let me list a space. That was all because I had a name tag on. I'm not even a commercial real estate agent. So anyway, so that got me those 2 deals. And then just the fact that I had my sign in the window and all kinds of other people calling me, they may not, you know, didn't lease space there or whatever, but it got my name out there on a sign. And one of the other owners in the gas station, he had some commercial land and a building in Buford. And so he let me sell that one. And then because of that one, I was also able to sell the property next door to that one. And that's because I had a big sign out on the property and people call. So I'm still working with some people that have called me just because I had that sign out.
That's
and
good.
it all started because I had my name tag on.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right, couple more minutes here. Anybody else have anything before we have to let Danesha go? Righty. Cool. Well, Danesha, we definitely appreciate you, jumping on and giving your time and letting us know a little bit more about real estate when it comes to the commercial aspect of it. And also for, giving your information. So if anybody wants to reach out, they're able to do it. All her information is actually in the chat. So just go ahead and just kind of jump on and, get more information regarding that. Also, just kind of, going back over again, the recording of this right here, as well as other masterminds, is going to be on Agent Builders Facebook group. If you're not part of Agent Builders, just reach out to the person that invited you or your sponsor, and they'll actually be able to get you connected there. Kathleen, she just put the information in the chat as well for that. Also, you want to be a part of Honey Badger's Facebook group as well. So if you're not part of that, reach out to, the same people. You can reach out to me, you can reach out to Dan, you can reach out to Andre, you can reach out to Levi. Either one of us can actually help you with that process, just so you can get fully plugged into everything that we have to offer here. With that being said, appreciate it, Kathleen, for putting everything in. With that being said, before we pop off, anybody have one last question, or we're gonna go ahead and end this mastermind? Cool. And we do these every, yeah, appreciate it, Andre. We do these every second Friday of the month. Next mastermind, we're gonna have Chauncey Pham on. And if you don't know Chauncey, she's built a incredible organization in of itself, and she's going to be kind of sharing with us some of the stuff that she's been able to do in order to build her business. Her YouTube and Instagram following is pretty good. I mean, I just be second to none. So you definitely want to be on for that one, which is going to be next month. Going into the new year, we're planning on having some business planning going on as well. And so just kind of look out for that stuff. So anything you got, Andre, Dan, before we jump off?
No, just glad to have everyone on here, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I'm sure we'll be talking to you guys soon. Have fun at your party. Sorry, I'm gonna miss it. But
you're in Florida. I know.
Enjoying the 70, I don't know, it's about 79 degrees out there, so it looks pretty nice. I'm still working in the house, so I'm not enjoying it, but we will tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's rainy and foggy out here, but enjoy your sunny weather in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Florida too, so I won't be there. And but I'm nowhere near Andre, so otherwise we would hang out. But yeah, no, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Appreciate your time, Danesha. That was awesome, and thank you so much for being part of our EXP group. Yeah. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, for everybody, like honestly, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope everybody enjoy. For the people that you're putting under contract this month, that's just keep rocking and rolling with that. I will say, don't let anybody tell you that real estate is down. Like, we just had a lot of people that have put people under contract and have had closings and continuously to be successful. This is an opportunity, in my opinion, because the people that are falling off, this is a chance to get more market share. And I've been hearing that from pretty much everybody that has been consistent. They're getting more market share. So just continue to build and grow. And if anybody needs anything, reach out to one of us so we can help. Yep, James, 100% right on that. If the market's down 30% and there's 40% less agents working it, then the market's up 10%. So like one of my favorite people say, hey, there's closings happening every day, no matter what the market is, just a matter of if you're going to be at the closing table or not. Yeah, so don't believe the hype or don't buy into it. And as Carlos German taught me, I'm in control of my destiny and my closings, not the market, not the president, not the economy, no one else but me. So I love Carlos for teaching me that. I thought I'd share it with you.
Here's the thing. I mean, the prices are going down. So we just need to educate our buyers that just because something's listed for a certain price doesn't mean they have to pay that price. A quick example, I had a closing last Monday where there was a property listed for $325 and they lowered it to $300. Well, my buyer was only qualified for $250. So that's all they could offer and they accepted it. So, I mean, that's $75,000 off of the list price. And this is, you know, a lower price house. So you never know until you ask. And you got to educate your clients and let them know the prices are going down, you can offer less, and the interest rates are going down. Or you can get the seller to buy the interest rate down.
Opportunity. So love it, Sharon. Hey, appreciate everybody. Into the
Yeah.
next one. We will see you all in the new year. 2023, best years of our life.
Amen.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.